I almost didn't go. Even now I think about that. Not because I had some bad feeling. Nothing like that. I just didn't want to spend a weekend pretending I hadn't ignored my friend for 4 years. His name was Darren. We grew up together. Not inseparable, but close enough that everybody assumed we'd stay friends forever. Then life happened. Marriage, work, different cities. My father got sick. His younger brother died in a car accident. And after that, I don't know, conversations got harder. People think friendships end with arguments. Usually they don't. Usually you miss a call, then another. Then enough time passes that reaching out starts feeling embarrassing. Darren kept trying though. Birthdays, texts, random check-ins. I answered less and less. Not intentionally, just enough. Then one day he called and said a few guys are doing a snowmobile weekend in northern Minnesota. Frozen lakes, fishing cabins, 3 days. Wanted me there. I almost said no. Then he said, "Come on, man, before we're too old." Something about that got me. Maybe guilt. Probably guilt. So Friday afternoon, I drove north. 5-hour trip. Gray sky. Road salt everywhere. Gas station coffee. I met them in a small town I already forgot the name of. Population maybe 800. One diner. One motel. One blinking traffic light. Darren looked older. Not old. Just older. We hugged awkwardly. Did guy stuff. Made jokes. Pretended 4 years hadn't happened. There were 4 of us total. Darren, me, a guy named Curtis, another named Joel, all late 30s, all carrying too much winter gear. Locals rented us snowmobiles and mapped out routes between lakes. Simple. Ride all day. Reach cabins by evening. Repeat. Before we left, an older man helping at rental desk asked where we planned stopping first night. Darren told him. Old guy nodded. Then he said, "If you ride after sunset and see another trail crossing yours, ignore it." Silence. Joel laughed. Asked if people got lost often. Old guy stared a while. Then, "Don't follow fresh tracks after dark." Curtis smiled. Asked why. The old man shrugged. Then, "People think somebody got ahead of them." That was all. No smile. Nothing. Just walked away. We made jokes after. Horror movie rules. Backwoods nonsense. Local superstition. Normal stuff. First day was perfect. Bright snow. Clear skies. Frozen lakes stretching forever. Tiny black trees along shorelines. Snowmobiles roaring under us. Honestly beautiful. Cold enough your nose hurt. Cold enough breathing felt sharp. We stopped at fishing shacks. Took pictures. Ate awful microwave burgers from gas stations. Normal trip. Night came faster than expected. Winter does that. 1 minute afternoon. Next minute shadows. We were maybe 40 minutes from first cabin when Darren slowed. Pointed ahead. Tracks. Snowmobile tracks. Fresh. Crossing hours. Curtis laughed immediately. Well, there you go. Fresh powder lined edges. Definitely recent. Maybe minutes old. Darren looked toward woods. Then back. Nobody spoke for a few seconds. Because honestly, after hearing weird warning, seeing exactly that felt uncomfortable, Joel shrugged. Said somebody probably cut across lake. We kept moving. 10 minutes later, another set crossed. Fresh again. This time Darren frowned. Asked if anyone passed us. Nobody had. Not all day. Tracks headed toward tree line. Then disappeared. Curtis joked, maybe old guy followed us around, making trails. Nobody laughed much. Dark settled quickly after that. Real darkness. Snow darkness. Different from city dark. Everything turns flat. Headlights hit endless white. Trees become walls. Distances feel wrong. Cabin finally appeared around 7. Small place. Generator. Wood stove. Bunks. We drank beer. Played cards. Relaxed. I remember feeling stupid for being uneasy. Around midnight, Curtis went outside to smoke. Came back 5 minutes later. Didn't sit. Just stood there. Then said, "There are snowmobiles outside." Silence. Darren frowned. "What?" Curtis looked pale. "Parked by trees." We all looked. Nobody moved. Then Joel laughed. Thought he joked. Curtis didn't laugh. We checked windows. Nothing. Just snow. Darkness. Trees. Curtis swore he saw headlights. 3 maybe. Watching cabin. Nobody slept much. Morning came. Everything looked normal. No tracks. No snowmobiles. Nothing. We blamed darkness, fear, exhaustion. Day 2 started quieter. Nobody joked about tracks anymore. Around afternoon, snow began falling. Heavy. Visibility dropped. Trail markers harder to see. We rode single file. Slow. Then Darren stopped suddenly. Tracks ahead. Fresh. Crossing hours. Again. Joel pulled beside him. Shouted over engines. That's impossible. Because snow had covered everything. Nobody ahead should exist. Not recently. Not in weather like that. Curtis wanted to continue straight. Darren too. Joel stared at tracks. Long time. Then pointed. One snowmobile trail split off. Toward trees. Toward shortcut route on map. Supposed shortcut. Maybe 20 minutes saved. Joel waved. Signaled follow. Darren immediately shook head. No. Joel laughed. Actually angry laugh. Said we were acting insane. Said tracks meant people. Civilization. Cabin. Warmth. He turned. Darren screamed after him. Joel kept riding. Just disappeared through snow. We sat there. Watching. Waiting. 5 minutes. 10. Nothing. Darren wanted to go after him. Curtis refused. Said getting separated kills people. Not monsters. Weather. People. We argued. Hard. Real argument. Finally Darren took off after Joel. I followed. Guilt maybe. Or loyalty. Curtis cursed and followed too. Trail narrowed. Trees thickened. Snow heavy. Visibility terrible. Then tracks changed. I noticed first. Snowmobile pattern looked wrong. Not machine treads. Too narrow. Too long. Lines stretched oddly through snow. Like something dragged itself. I remember slowing immediately. Heart pounding. Then Darren stopped. Ahead sat Joel's snowmobile. Engine running. Lights on. Nobody there. No Joel. Just machine idling beside trees. We shouted. Nothing. Snow everywhere. Wind. Branches. Then Curtis pointed. Tracks. Footprints. Single line heading deeper woods. Joel's probably. Darren started following immediately. I grabbed him. Said no. No. Absolutely not. Dark approaching. Storm worsening. But Darren kept walking. Kept yelling Joel's name. We followed because what else could we do? Friend missing. You move. You choose. You don't analyze. Footprints continued, maybe 200 yards. Then stopped. Not faded. Stopped. No return. No turn. Nothing. Just ended. I stared a long time. Actually crouched. Thinking snow covered rest. Thinking I missed something. Nothing. Darren looked around wildly. Started yelling louder. Wind screaming now. Trees creaking. Then, somewhere ahead. Very far. Engine noise. Snowmobile engine. Darren looked up immediately. Then ran. I screamed after him. He didn't stop. Curtis followed. I followed. Because of course I did. Branches hitting faces. Snow knee-deep. Engine noise ahead. Closer. Then farther. Then closer. Always moving. We burst in a clearing. Frozen lake. Open white emptiness. And there, far across ice. Headlight. Single headlight. Snowmobile. Darren, shouted Joel. Light stopped. Just sat there. Motionless. Half-mile maybe. Too far. Then slowly moved. Away. Darren ran on a lake. I grabbed him hard. Actually tackled him. We hit ice. Shouting. Cursing. I remember screaming. Look, because snow around light had changed. Tracks. Dozens. Crossing lake. Crisscrossing. Intersecting. Not snowmobiles. Not human. Long drag lines everywhere. Like things pulled themselves through snow. Toward us. Toward shore. Darren finally saw. Finally stopped fighting. Then headlights appeared. Not 1. 3. Then 4. Far across ice. Motionless. Watching. No movement. No sound. Just lights. Curtis whispered. We go. Nobody argued. We ran. Didn't stop. Didn't speak. Reached trail near dark. Rode hard. Dangerously hard. Eventually reached emergency shelter cabin. Park rangers found Joel next morning. Alive. Technically. 3 miles away. Walking. No coat. No gloves. Bare hands black with frostbite. He survived. Lost fingers. Never explained where he went. Wouldn't. Anytime somebody asked, he started crying. Actually crying. Months later Darren called me. We talked a while, longer than usual. Near and he got quiet, then asked, "You remember Joel's snowmobile?" I said, "Yeah." Pause. Then, "Joel had the blue one." Silence. Long silence. Because I remembered something immediately. The machine parked beside Woods. Engine running. Lights on. Joel's machine. I remembered red, not blue. I told Darren maybe memory screwed up. Maybe shock. Then Darren said, "No." Pause. The rental place only had blue models. I haven't gone back. Probably never will. But sometimes I think about one thing. Not the lights. Not the tracks. Not even Joel. I think about Darren. Because while we were running off that lake, I looked back once. Just once. And for one second, I could have sworn one of those headlights wasn't moving away. It was following us, and Darren was last in line.